Good morning, everybody. Today we are talking about comparing text structures. So, what is text structure? Text structure is something that writers use to organize and present information that makes sense. Okay. The topic, as well as the purpose for writing, helps the writer decide which pattern to use. There are several different patterns that authors use when they are writing. For example, chronological order. So that is an order that things happen. It's also called time order. Signal words can help you identify the type of text structure being used. When there are things being used in chronological text structure, you might see words like to begin, before, first, continue, then, next, later, and final. Now, these are just some suggestions of signal words. It's not an exhaustive list, and it's not a complete list. Authors sometimes organize their writing by comparison and contrast, or compare and contrast. That's when we can use a Venn diagram to see how they are alike and how they are different. And they can compare and contrast two or more people, places, events, or things. And words that help you with that um, include things like, both, also, although, but, more, while, and however. Authors sometimes organize their writing by cause and effect. A cause is why something happens. To determine the cause, you can ask yourself, well, why did that happen? And an effect is what happens. To determine the effect, you can ask yourself, well, what happened? The signal words you're going to see when using a cause and effect is because, since, as a result, thus, for this reason, in order to, and if, then. Now, the if then statement is if this happens, then this is going to happen. A lot of times we see cause and effect text structures in scientific writing and lab reports and things like that. Authors sometimes organize their writing by problems and solutions. The author will present a problem that needs to be solved, and the problem can be written between individuals or groups, or it might relate to something that's going on in the world. A problem might even occur with just one person. Identifying the problem and solution will help you understand the text better. And the signal words for um, problem and solution text structures include because, the problem, as a result, resolved, the solution, difficult, help. Now you'll also notice that sometimes some of these signal words are repeated through different types of text structures. So here is a model, and we're going to talk about our text structure and our signal words for this paragraph. As young boys, Orville and Wilbur Wright enjoyed making new things. They loved using tools and reading about mechanics and science. In 1892, the brothers opened a bicycle shop in Ohio. Later, their interest turned to flight. They studied flying models, birds, and anything related to making things fly. In 1899, Orville and Wilbur built a biplane kite to better understand how to control a flying machine. By 1903, the brothers were experimenting with gliders and later built a power-driven flying machine. On December 17, 1903, Orville and Wilbur Wright made the first controlled and sustained flights in an airplane while at their Kitty Hawk camp in North Carolina. So what kind of text structure is being represented in this model? Well, it talks about them being young boys, and then it gives us a series of dates: 1892, 1899, 1903, and then a specific date in 1903. So we can use these clues to figure out that this is listed in a semi-chronological order. I mean, I know it jumps from when they were young boys to when they were old enough to own a bicycle shop, but it's still telling us things in a specific order. It also talks about, we've got later here, which was one of our signal words to tell us that our chronological order is being followed. Okay, so your assignment today is to read A Good Night in your packet. Look for your text structure and your signal words as you're reading, and then answer questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in your packet. Have a great day, everybody.